Hi, this is Johan from Freaks and Clowns. You're watching CMS TV.
It's Arcade right here on your classic metal show, featuring Stephen Pearcy of Ratt and Fred Corey of Cinderella with Nothing to Lose from their debut release. And kicking off the show, we heard Ratt from the soundtrack for Point Break with Nobody Rides for Free, and a guy who knows how to charge a fee, my good friend and partner, Chris Akin. What's going on there, Chris?
What is up, sir? How we doing?
Back from the Pearcy show.
I can tell. Two in a row. People were already asking if Pearcy died or something.
Nah, I was just I was just in the pumped up mood. It was just a lot of fun last night.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard from your friend Eric or not.
I have not heard 2 words from anybody today.
But we hung out pretty late last night after the show and just shot the shit and caught up, and the show was good, and it was good to see Steven again. He's always a character. I didn't get to talk to him at length. He was very busy with the whole meet and greet thing,
right?
Cooling down after the show. I saw him at the hotel for a few minutes, and then I saw him after the show for a few minutes, but it was fun. It was hanging out with Matt Thorne.
Cool.
He was out on the road with Steven playing bass.
Okay.
Steven's been having some rotating bass players over the last year or so, depending on the availability of his players.
Right.
We talked to Matt at length and talked to Scott Coogan for a little bit. And let's see. I said hello to Johnny Monaco. Didn't really chit chat with him. Just say, hey, what's up? That kind of thing. But
sure.
Overall, it was a good time.
Well, that's cool. So what time this morning did you get home?
Well, I stayed. I had a hotel.
Okay.
I had a room at the same hotel, and me and Eric and Taylor, we sat up talking till probably 2:30, almost 3.
Okay.
And Eric had to leave the hotel at 4:30 to catch a flight. So he got about an hour, maybe an hour and a half of sleep.
Right. Nice.
Before they had to bug out and fly out to Columbus.
Oh boy.
They're playing in Versailles, kind of southwest of Columbus tonight. So
okay.
So, but it was fun. Taylor and I headed out that way yesterday evening and checked into the hotel, met up with Eric. They were going to head down to the venue a little early. So there's a little taco place or Mexican place over in St. Charles, Illinois. They call it Modern Mexican.
Right. Okay.
And, we've gone there probably 2-3. This might have been our 4th time going there. And the place is called La Mesa.
Okay.
And they have fantastic tacos, and they have fantastic chips and salsa, and they make great margaritas there. So we headed over there, and I contacted one of our CMS alumni, Scarfoot.
Okay.
Who we see in the chat room, and he came down. He lives in St. Charles.
Nice.
And I'd never met Mike personally before. I mean, I've chatted with him many times, but I've never met him in face to face. And
sure.
I let him know we were at the La Mesa, and he came down.
Okay.
And shared a few cocktails with us. And, I just thought, hey, it's kind of cool meeting a CMS fan that I've talked with and who's a hardcore. And I said, yeah, can I buy you a couple cocktails, and he had a couple of beers, and we sat there and chit chat. That son of a bitch picked that bill up.
Good for him.
I was just like, God damn it.
As he should, being graced with the ability to chat with a celebrity like yourself.
No, but I was just like, he just whipped out the credit. I said, "Now give me that bill." He goes, "No. I'm buying. I'm picking this up." It's like he had 2 cocktails. We had full dinners, and he picked up the whole tab. So thank you, Mike. That was very kind of you.
Yeah, would you like to meet me in Detroit next month there, Mike?
so it was fun meeting Scarfoot. And so again, thanks. And it was very cool to meet you. And it was, I really appreciate you picking up the tab like that. You didn't have to do that, but it's much appreciated. So that was cool. And then, we went to the show and Stephen put on basically a Ratt show. I mean, he didn't do any solo material at all.
Right. Was Eric wearing that jacket?
What jacket?
His leather jacket that he cut the sleeves off of?
Yeah, I thought it was a vest.
No, it's his
high school jacket.
High school jacket, yeah.
He told me that. He told me that was his high school cut that he had. I didn't know it was a jacket that he cut the sleeves off. I just thought it was a vest.
Yeah, no, he debuted it, I think, a week or so ago on Chris Akin Presents to see if it would get any negative reaction.
No. I mean, it was good rock wear. I mean,
it looked cool.
Yeah, he looked cool on stage wearing it, And Eric's a good dude, man. I like that guy. He's funny, and we just had a good time just hanging out and shooting the shit and catching up and talking. Not only music and stuff, but
sure.
Life in general.
Right.
Kind of bringing me up to date what's going on with him on a personal level.
Right.
And just good times. So we headed back to our room, like I said, about 2:30, going on 3:00.
Nice.
To let him at least get an hour or so in before they headed out.
Right.
But overall, the band sounded great. Everybody was having a good time. Had a good crowd. I would probably say that it was probably 90% sold.
That's good.
And everybody was very cool. And it's kind of funny because when you go to these venues, when people see you, especially like the people that work there, they greet you. They're very cool about greeting you and say, "Hey, it's good to see you again, man." And we didn't have quote unquote after show passes or anything, but as soon as the show was over, Taylor and I went over to the backstage door, and the guy who's working the door, he just recognized it. "Hey, let me take you down." Just like, no, do you have passes, sir?
Right.
Not one of those. It's just like, let me take you down. It's like, okay, so it was kind of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, we hung out late and got up this morning, and I hit up Sal and I said, "Hey, Sal, I'm coming into the city. I'm dropping Taylor off, she had stuff to do today." And I said, "You want to grab some breakfast this morning?" So, he was out there like a faithful dog waiting for us out front of the building to get us in his parking garage.
Nice.
And we walked down to one of his favorite places down there, to the Benchmark, to have some morning cocktails, drinking double Jack and Cokes at 11:00 in the morning.
Sounds like Neeley took a nap this afternoon.
I did because I got home at 2:30 and I woke up at 6:30.
Nice.
And got up and showered and got ready for the show and got prettied up so I could look good on the camera, But it was funny, man, because Taylor, I'm telling you, that girl is out of control.
That's not news.
I know. Sal's friend Mark. I know you don't know him. He's just a friend of Sal's. I've met him a couple of times before, and he comes over and goes, "Hey guys, it's good to see you again." And he goes, "Yeah, this is Mark with a C, and Taylor right out the gate. What's the C stand for? Cunt."
Nice.
He goes, "Yeah, Mark the cunt."
Perfect.
So that was kind of the joke. And we're just kind of sitting there just shooting the shit and laughing and carrying on. And this Benchmark is one of those places that the whole front of the venue, or the establishment, opens up to the sidewalk.
Okay.
So you could see people walking by the place, the open air sidewalk. And so this pretty good looking girl, all decked out in a tight dress and heels and long blonde hair and stuff. We're like in the middle of talking, and Sal goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!" And I turn around and see this chick walking by. Like I said, the hot looking girl, and I go, "Whoa, Sal!" He goes, "Did you see that?" And I said, "Yeah, I saw her, Sal." I said, "Could you tell if she was wearing panties?" And I said, "You know why? Because I could smell her cunt." And, and Taylor goes, "That wasn't her. That was Mark."
Nice.
So it was just a wacky morning this morning. I'm telling you, I had so many good laughs this morning. Sal was Sal. But he's
drunk and passed out.
No.
Oh.
No. He was just funny.
That's good.
Just hanging with him. The dynamic between Sal and Taylor, just the riffing back and forth. She is just relentless.
Oh yeah, relentless. I tell you.
Yeah, she's relentless. So it was kind of fun. So yeah, we had breakfast this morning and some early cocktails and some pretty good laughs this morning. And so I got home and crashed out, and here I am. So
there you go.
It's nice. been a fun overnighter.
Oh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Glad somebody gets to escape.
Well, Eric was like, we were talking about Chris Akin Presents show, and this, that, and the other, and he goes, You better talk good about me on the CMS tonight or tomorrow night. I said, well, you better talk good about me on that Chris Akin Presents.
Why, is there bad talk being had amongst?
No.
Are people that worried about it?
No, we were just kind of trading barbs there a little bit. It was just kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
If you get a chance to see Stephen Pearcy's what is he calling his tour, the Hollywood Experience or the
Hollywood Invasion or the 80s Metal Invasion or something?
Yeah, something like that. But if you miss the Ratt songs, he's playing a lot of, and he's playing some deeper cuts too, like what is it? Walking the Dog and
Walk the Dog.
Sweet Cheater, and
he's playing the EP stuff.
Yeah,
cool.
He's playing the early stuff, So he's playing a lot of that, and then I played Nobody Rides for Free. He threw that in there, and then of course the Ratt standards. I Want a Woman and Round and Wanted Man and
Lack of Communication.
Yeah, and Way Cool Jr. and
right.
But the band, Stephen's solo band, they play it true to form. I mean, if you didn't know you weren't seeing Ratt, you would think you were seeing Ratt because they play the songs pretty true to form. And Eric's got that Ratt sound.
Yeah, he does.
He plays that DeMartini Robin Crosby part really well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's not the Ratt lineup, but you do get the Ratt song. So
if you want the Ratt, if you up until now, if you wanted Ratt, that was the only thing you could see. We'll get into that a little later.
Of course, I didn't get a chance to ask Stephen about it because he was like running around and trying to do the whole meet and greet and all that other crap. So I didn't get a chance to really chat with him about it. But
sure.
I had intended to, but I didn't corner him for any length of time, so
right.
Yeah. So it was fun, but yeah, I'm glad I went. It was an eventful evening. It was a cool hang, and it was fun this morning. And I just needed to get out and get some ha-has in.
Yeah, especially now that the weather's turned into shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy, it turned in a hurry, didn't it? Jesus.
Yeah, there's probably some nice days still ahead. It's just it's hit and miss now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think 2 days ago it was like 82 degrees here, and today it's like 40s.
Yeah, I looked outside and it's 49 here right now. So
I don't know what it is here right now. It's I don't know. It's got to be. I mean, I got a heater on. It's fucking cold. It's 42 or 48 and raining.
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's 47 now. Yep, 47 now. So yeah, it's dropping off. Yeah, it's October, man. We're 2.5 months away from Christmas.
I know. Thank God. That'll be almost over.
What was really funny, or just a wake up call again, is prior to the show, the local CMS server was running here, getting ready to connect night show, and the recap of the Chris Akin birthday party was playing.
Oh boy,
That was 2012.
Yeah, it's a while ago.
That was 11 years ago. 11 years.
Yeah. I think I'm still hungover just a little from it.
And you got another one coming up here soon, yeah?
My birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah, 27th. I turned the death year, 55.
Right. 27th of October?
Yep.
Okay.
That's a Friday. I'll be out at Dave Landau that night.
Oh, very good. Look at you. That's perfect timing.
Yes, Landau's in town. He's at the Funny Stop, my stop.
Right.
So I'll be out for that. And then 2 weeks later, I'll be out at Pantera. So I'm finally going to get out after.
So the Pantera show, that's the Detroit show, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. And have you decided how you're going to navigate that? You're just going to go for Pantera and go home? Is that what you're doing? You're not going to stay for Metallicash?
I have zero interest in the Metallica show.
All right. Interesting.
I just don't. I've watched so many clips of it, and that stage looks stupid. and now I may get there, and the stage will be awesome, but I've heard no one say that. Nobody has said that. Nobody is. I watch everything, and I do read a lot of reviews on it, and whatever. And I haven't seen one person say, I thought this stage was going to ruin it for me, and it didn't. I don't see nothing about. I see a lot of the stage is too big. Doesn't feel like a band. You can't see the guys.
Right.
So I'm going to go hear the Pantera songs and come home.
It's just too big. I mean, they finally reached the point that's just too big now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think I just want to go see the show and be home by midnight.
All right. Fair enough.
That works for me. Instead of staying in Detroit.
Right.
God knows I don't want to do that.
Well, just don't call me from Monroe asking for snacks and gas.
No, I'm not a tall dummy.
Too funny. That's an all-timer.
Could you put a bag of chips on it too?
That's an all-timer.
Only Randy, man.
I know. Yeah, I'm always the guy to call.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So what's going on in your world? What's happening over there in the Chris Akin empire?
Busy. I mean, that's it. It's just been steadily doing my stuff. I worked a lot on CMS though yesterday and today. Actually, I did a lot of old clips. Right. Starting to get those put up on all the different places and stuff. And I'm trying to do 10 a week.
Okay,
that's kind of the goal, is to get 10 a week that are converted and put up somewhere, put up on Rumble, put up on Odyssey, wherever.
Sure.
So I've been doing that. I've been, and then obviously Starving Artist is just nonstop. So been doing a bunch of that. And, other than that, not much, man. Just kind of revamping some shit and adding shit for this show and for just working on the shows, really.
So is Johnny in the country to where you can have normal phone calls?
Yeah, he's here. He was actually last week. He and my son are going to be in your neighborhood on the 28th.
Oh yeah, what's going on there?
He's doing a that Sonic thing, the Sonic the Hedgehog gaming thing that he's part of.
Okay.
Thing is fucking massive.
Yeah.
Last week he played a sold out show at the Dolby in L.A.
Okay.
And now he's going to be playing somewhere in Chicago at a sold out, maybe the Arcada again. I don't know. I think it's bigger than that, though. Whatever's bigger than the Arcada and not the United Center.
Only like 900 to 1,000 seats.
So it's probably bigger than that.
Mm-hmm.
The place, the Dolby is what, 2,500, 3,000, something like that?
Something like that.
And whatever venue is that size in Chicago, he's going to be doing that. And my kid's going out to see that because he's all jazzed up to see the fucking Sonic music.
So he can do a full concert with gaming music.
Oh yeah,
really,
dude, that's his bread and butter.
Well, I get it. I mean, I get the copyright and the royalties and stuff, but the whole live performance of game music.
Dude, if Johnny shows up at Pinball PA, we'll have a line around that plaza.
Really?
He is he's much bigger of a star in the gaming world than he is in the hardline Axel Rudy Pell world.
I get that. I mean, I get that. I know how big the gaming world is. It's just interesting that gaming music translates to live performance.
It's weird. I don't get it. I listen to the music and I'm like, all right, there it is.
That's what I mean. It's background music. I mean, it's not like a featured song that comes out at you. It's background music.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't get it, but whatever. The kids like it, so.
Okay.
More power to them, I guess.
Well, hey, but when you find that niche and you can, make money on it, I mean, that's a gift. That's a gift.
When he's paying his mortgage, I'm quite sure he's not thinking, oh, I wish I was in a more rock metal guy. I'm sure he's thrilled that fucking a bunch of gamer kids are out there with their Crash Bandicoot money.
Right, of course.
So. But yeah, he's playing some big show in Chicago on the 28th.
Okay.
So I know my kid is going to that, so.
All right. Your kid drives?
Fuck no. Are you kidding me? He's a typical... I don't know how he's getting there. I don't know.
I don't know how he's getting there.
I'm not taking him.
He's going, but I don't know how he's getting there.
I don't have any idea.
That's an expensive Uber ride.
Take the bus. Take a plane.
Holy shit, that's hysterical.
I mean, there's planes, there's buses.
Right.
Take one of the two.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe my other kid's going. I don't know. I was asked if I wanted to go. I gave a quick no to that and was like, nope, not me.
Okay.
Johnny could play the Roxino, I'd go. Even then, I don't know if I'd go. I would go to see Johnny.
Yeah, well, I mean, the hang, I get the hang part.
But I might leave during the show.
Right. Again, that to me, that's just interesting. I can't imagine how that could be, something that I would go, man, I can't wait to hear him play that background song.
Well, I'm told that it's more like, I don't know, like Phantom of the Opera type thing. It's like more of an experience than a concert per se.
Okay, all right.
I'm told that it's, like the big video screens and there's shit going on and there's, whatever, I don't know. Moogles all over the place running across the stage. I don't fucking know. Something going on. I don't know. I don't know how that all works, but and I honestly have so little interest in it that I haven't investigated it either.
Right. I get you.
I'm happy that my friend is making a shit ton of money to go do it.
Right. So well, like I said, if you can land into a niche that there's not really a whole lot of people doing that kind of a thing, and you can make a living at it or make money at it, I said, that's just a gift.
Mm-hmm.
So might as well exploit it while you can.
Yeah. But as far as me, all I do is work. That's all I do is work. Although I am taking tomorrow off, which is good.
Oh yeah, what's going on tomorrow?
Just doing. Kelly asked me to come out and do the dinner thing, so we're
nice
dinner and drugs.
Dinner and drugs, D&D,
D&D in it.
Yeah, we're doing some dinner and dinner and drugs, D&D.
That's right. Just gonna have some drinks, smoke some pot, eat some food.
Mm-hmm.
I need it too. I need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Well, hey, all work and no play makes Chris a dull boy.
Yeah, it does and I'm dull right now. I'm just tired.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. It's been about 3.5 months of 18 a day.
Right.
Some days longer, some days 20. I did one day this week where I started at 6 a.m. and I actually ended at 6 a.m.
Wow.
I just kept going.
24-hour work jag.
Yeah, and I didn't know it. I mean, I knew it was late. And I just really wasn't paying attention. And I happened to look, out the window, and it was like dusk again.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, son of a bitch. And I had to force myself. I wasn't done working. I just had to force myself to quit.
Right.
So I did. And I took a whopping 2-hour nap and did another 18. So I was like, I'm starting to get into that habit. So I got to stop it.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough on the system, and you got to get that heart rest.
Yeah. I'm trying not to get into those kind of jags, and I'm definitely making the efforts to lift weights every day, do the yoga a few days a week, shake the blood loose a little bit. I got the step counter on my fucking phone and making sure I get my steps in and all this other bullshit like a faggot.
Is that how you describe that, like a faggot?
I do describe. I feel like a dick. I feel like a dick logging my food into Noom.com and then fucking, I only got 3,000 steps. I better go walk around the neighborhood again. It's like, what a queer. I know I have to do it, but it just sucks. It just sucks.
I get you. Well, the one positive out of this, aside from the fact that you gotta get your steps in as you were, but laying off the booze.
Yeah, I do feel better that I'm not bloated and hungover all the time. That's for
right,
sure.
Right. So that's a positive thing.
Yeah.
So. Well, good on you. I hope you are able to, go out tomorrow and maybe have some good vittles and some relaxing
drugs,
hallucinogens.
I'm just gonna get all mellow. If it's like every other time when we do this, especially since there's no Browns game tomorrow, so we won't be depressed from football either.
Right.
It's literally just gonna get over there. I'm sure we'll turn the tunes up as loud as we can get them and just be stoned doing karaoke. But
put some Zeppelin on, man.
That'll be it. Zeppelin, Seeger.
Play some
Eagles,
man.
It'll all be 70s rock. I guarantee you that.
Hand me over the vape pen, man, and give me like an extra dose.
That's it. It's gonna be it. I can't wait. I'm very excited about getting high tomorrow. I really am.
Fly high, Michelle.
Damn straight.
So good. Well, hey, good on you. I know that the last, for me personally, as far as like getting my head in the game and working where I just oblivious to time flying by.
Yeah.
Because to me it was just August and now we're almost, in the middle of October.
I know. It just goes fast as fuck, dude.
It does when, it's like a blur. Everything is a blur lately. I don't remember a time in my life when life has been like a blur.
Well, they say the older you get, the faster it goes.
It does. It absolutely does.
I find that even in the day, man. It's like I feel like I'm getting started working, and I look up. It's like 8:00 at night. I'm like, what the fuck? I just started.
Yeah, I know. I get to starting to work, and I look up at the clock, and it's already noon. I'm just like, it's already noon.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit!
I just got here.
Yeah, I know. It's like I know. I feel like I haven't got anything done either.
Right.
The last 4 hours have blown by here, and it's already noon. So it's like I gotta kick it into higher gear now.
Sure, I'm with you. I get it.
Well, that's good. I mean, I'm glad we're both healthy and productive, and there's at least you have a little bit of outlet or something to look forward to anyway.
Yeah, well, I just got to get back to doing it. I'm starting to close in on the point where I don't need to work 18 a day anymore, as far as the starving artist goes. I mean, and it's a new business. So with the new business comes all kinds of new shit,
right?
And 400 things that you didn't expect. So but we're starting to slow down on that stuff. So I'm assuming it's going to slow down a little bit here. And then once it slows down, then I'll be fine again. But this is, how, and me, I get overly committed to everything.
Oh yeah, of course.
So I'm overly committed to making sure this thing takes off. So that's why it's been as crazy as it's been. But
just commit to win it.
But I'm looking forward to slowing down a little bit. I might even take a trip out to Pinball PA one of these weeks.
Wow. Holy cow. You'll make a whole 90-minute ride.
Yeah. To a business I own that I haven't been to in 2 years.
90 minutes.
It's 2 hours. Thank you.
Not 2 hours.
Takes me 2 hours. I drive slow.
I know.
It takes me 2 hours.
I went by it a few weeks ago.
It takes me right at 2 hours to get there.
Okay.
But I drive slow, and I won't pay the $30 in tolls like you will either. I just refuse. I just on principle. It's not that I can't afford the $30. It's that on principle, I'm not giving the fucking state $5, and then 10 minutes later, giving them another $5 fucking dollars.
Yeah. Yeah, screw you.
Instead, I'll go through this town to that town, to this back road to that back road.
Right, of course.
I'm not paying them, motherfuckers.
Yeah, nobody rides for free, pal.
Damn right. I do.
I pay my taxes. I pay for these roads.
That's right. That's all I'm willing to pay.
Yeah, you didn't build that.
That's right.
Well, speaking of Pinball PA, how is that doing? I mean, what's going on over there?
It's doing. I mean, it's still, it's making its number, but not much else right now. September's always fucking awful for us.
Right.
Back to school. So we're in the middle of it's awful right now, but hopefully we're at the end of it. It's the only reason I like the bad weather, because when the weather gets shitty, then people want to do stuff inside.
Right. So
now that the weather's starting to get shitty, hopefully we're going to get some asses in the door. So,
well, from a marketing standpoint, I've often wondered this when I'm going down 376 there, past the Hopewell exits. I wonder if it would be worth it if you would do that whole adopt a highway thing and get your sign, as like a traction at this exit.
12 G's a year.
Is that how much that is? I had no idea. I didn't know.
That is why I'm not doing it, man.
I get it. I just didn't know what the cost was.
Yeah, I've looked into it. It's $12,000 a year.
That's too bad that you didn't have some kind of promotion out there on the interstate there that says at this exit, this is an attraction at this exit.
Yeah, I'd love to have it, but I sure ain't giving them $12,000 for the privilege of sticking fucking a sign up.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's a chunk of change. I get that.
Yeah.
I get it.
Nope. I just do. I mean, it does fine. It ebbs and flows and does what it does. The big thing is we're still working on trying to get the fucking bar in there.
Oh, yeah. I know you were trying to at least get some kind of a liquor license in there where you, could attract some adults.
And that's been 10 months and we're still on hold on that. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know what the deal is with the state, but now we're waiting on them to come in and inspect. So, that would change a lot, really. If
that's a game changer there, pal.
It is. Drunks pay bills.
Yeah, they sure do.
I wouldn't mind having a few drunks in there.
Yeah, the markup on booze is incredible.
I know. I could charge $12 for a fucking Jenny cream or something.
Well, I can tell you that like at the Arcata last night, I got a couple cocktails for Taylor and I, and two double Jack and Cokes, $46.
Yeah, fuck that. It's just crazy now.
Or no, $44. So it's $22 a piece.
Yeah. Just everything's out of control with prices.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but booze especially, that markup on booze is incredible.
Well, it's because they don't want you to really drink it.
I get it, but it does, it makes up for the shortfall of maybe ticket sales, to pay for the artist and the staff and the overhead and everything that goes into putting on a show. Because if you get an artist in there that has a guarantee, 18 or 20 grand or whatever the cost that is, if you don't sell enough tickets to cover that cost, you got to make that up somewhere else.
Yeah. Dude, I wonder what's going to happen when these heritage bands really start going away.
Yeah. I mean, because the new bands, they're not drawing those kind of numbers.
No, not consistently. And they don't, they don't tour as much either. They're not drawn to tour as much either.
Right.
It's going to be, you're going to see a lot of these clubs close. And big clubs too, not like just small onesie twosies. You're going to see like House of Blues in general close.
Right.
just because it won't be profitable anymore.
Yeah. And surprisingly enough, and this is more in your realm because, I don't know what the fan base or the attraction is, but Taylor went out to see Cannibal Corpse this past, Tuesday.
Okay.
And she sent me a photo of the venue. They were playing at the Hard Rock Casino.
Okay.
And, whatever the casino room holds, what is the Hard Rock?
Probably about 1,500, maybe
right.
$2,000.
Place looked like it was sold out.
I believe for Cannibal Corpse, I believe that. Yeah.
Well, that's my point. It's just like I wasn't aware that Cannibal Corpse was such a draw that they could, bring in 1,500 people to a show, because that again, that's kind of a niche band.
They're the biggest in that style, though.
Yeah, I know, but you're not going to get the minivan moms going to see Cannibal Corpse, is what I'm trying to say. That's a genre that a lot of people don't go, well, they're not into the cookie monster vocals, they're just not into that.
Yeah.
So to go to see Cannibal Corpse, I mean, if somebody told me, hey, Cannibal Corpse is coming into town, I'm just like, good for you.
Yeah, have fun.
It just would never occur to me, I want to go see that, And most people that I know or talk to, they're aware of who they are, but I don't know anybody who would go, man, I got to go see that, aside from like Chris Akin.
And even I wouldn't go anymore. I've seen it a bunch of times.
Right. So. But you've gone and you've
seen
it and you actually enjoy that style.
Oh, I do. I definitely do.
But that's not an everyman style. It's not a popular genre.
I think part of it this time is that they're out, if I'm not mistaken, they're out with Mayhem, who has not toured in like a long time.
Okay.
So for people that love the really heavy, heaviness, to have Cannibal Corpse and Mayhem together is a pretty good show.
Mm-hmm.
And Cannibal Corpse's album is fucking amazing.
Okay.
It's stunning to me how good that band is 25, 30 years down the road.
Right.
30 years, because they came out in 90, I think. So what's that, 32 years later? Yeah, this new album, Chaos Horrific, is about as good as anything they've ever done.
Yeah. Well, I don't know a whole lot about them. How many original members are in the band from the beginning, as like a revolving door of?
It's not quite that. Let me look. I know obviously the singer is different. You got Corpse Grinder, but even he's been there for 20 whatever years at this point. That kind of music, I don't know that it matters though.
Well, that's my point. I mean, is there any loyalty to any specific band members? I mean, do any of the band members really stand out that, oh, well, without this guy, you can't have Cannibal Corpse? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think if it was going to be that, it would have been Chris Barnes, and they survived that. So let's see. Corpse Grinder has been there since 95. So,
okay. So they're coming up on 30 years.
Yeah. So you've got Alex Webster and Paul M. I'm not going to even try his last name, never have. They've been in it the entire time.
Okay.
Corpse Grinder all but the first 5 years, and Pat O'Brien all but the first 7 years.
Okay.
So it's a long-term lineup. It's a lineup that's been together
at least 20 years.
Yeah, 25 years.
A minimum of 20 years for even the quote-unquote the newest guy.
Yeah. So it is a steady lineup. They really haven't had a bunch of people in their band.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, they're still big as they ever were. I mean, it's a hard one to judge because, they're to my knowledge, they're the only band that's ever sold. They're the only death metal band that's ever sold 1 million copies of music in general, not of one album, just in general.
In general,
a million of their albums have sold.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that anybody's even close as far as they're the big. Now, if you didn't have them on the show, if it was, I don't know, Behemoth, Mayhem, and Cradle Filth or something, you would not have that many people at the show.
Okay.
Cannibal Corpse is Cannibal Corpse in that world is like the Rolling Stones in the rock world.
Sure.
You don't even have to like them to go. If you like death metal, you'll go see Cannibal Corpse just
Right.
because it's Cannibal Corpse. So.
Right, of course.
Is Taylor like into that, or did she just go because it's Cannibal Corpse?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm not really sure what her interest was in that. I think she was asked to go.
Okay.
But again, I don't know. She just said that she said that the musicianship was amazing.
Yeah, they are tight.
She said that they sounded great as far as the band is concerned, but as far as like the vocal style, maybe not so much, but she said that musically they were fantastic.
I can't believe you're not into them, man.
It's just not my style, man. Not my speed. Not my speed.
Yeah, I listen to them every now and again, but I love heavy music, but a lot of times it has to be, I got to be in a really angry mood to listen.
Right. Well, like I said, it's kind of it's not something you just have a steady diet of.
Yeah.
Most people wouldn't, though, unless
Yeah.
you're like a serial killer or something.
Mm-hmm. I like it, but I like it maybe half a step back.
Okay.
I mean, I'm good for death metal, but in kind of smaller amounts. For me, is about as heavy as I can listen to like all day would be like an Amon Amarth type of a band that has a little bit of melody in it. I mean, it's almost death metal, but it's
Right.
a little bit melodic.
Sure.
Cannibal Corpse is just like, how many times can I get hit in the face with a sledgehammer before I got to turn it off?
Right. Of course.
That's really how that feels.
Sure. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I was surprised when she, sent me a photo of the crowd, and it was just like, wow, there's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
So
hey, good on them.
And then not only that, but to have a casino host the Cannibal Corpse show, and
Right.
in Gary, Indiana, of all places.
Yeah.
So it's just I just found that interesting.
Well, there's a lot of murderers in that area.
Apparently so. No, I just didn't see any POCs there at that show.
Right.
I just saw a lot of white faces, a lot of white.
Imagine.
I saw a lot of white supremacist faces there.
A lot of angry white faces, I'd imagine.
Yeah, fuck yeah! I think I saw, the whole cast of American History X there.
Just taking turns, pretend curb stomping people.
Right, of course. Yeah. So anyway, that's what's going on with me. I mean, it's just nice to get out and do some fun stuff and hang with some friends and see some friends and catch up and, have a little bit of music, a little entertainment.
Right on.
So, yeah. So, if you're, since you're going to go see your friend Dave Landau in a few weeks, if he ever would get over this direction, I would like to see him in person.
Well, I'll tell him to get his booking director in order.
Yeah, really. Yeah, fix that. But, well, speaking of Landau, kind of dovetailing in, I see that Landau's former radio partner, Anthony Cumia, I guess he's recovering pretty well from his, I guess he had to have like an angioplasty or a stent put in.
Blockage removed or something. Yeah.
Had a stent put in. And Gavin McGinnis was hosting a show and bringing people up to date with his health.
Right.
He said he was up and walking around the hospital and, being Anthony.
Yeah.
So everything was going well, and he was, the surgery went well, and the procedure rather went well, and he's, on to what road to recovery.
Sure. I'll tell you who I feel bad for. The people that are still subscribed to Compound.
Yeah.
Jesus, they're getting fucking Garrett and the other guys from the booth every day. Oof. That's got to be a tough 2 hours.
Right. So. But anyway, speedy recovery to Anthony.
That's right.
And speaking of that, being it's October, you know what that means.
It's Jocktober, baby.
It's October. So
right.
Anybody who, misses the old O&A shows with Jocktober, there is a 24/7 Jocktober stream running on the YouTubes.
Very fun.
Yeah, so I've been listening to that for the, on and off for the last 3 or 4 days is the Jocktober stream.
Sure. That's fun.
Some of those shows, I just forgot how funny some of that shit was.
Oh yeah. Dude, that show was so fun in the day. I wish there was something even. It's funny. I got a message from somebody on, I think, Fuckbook or one of the places this week, and they just said, all it said was, with Kumia in the hospital, CMS is the only show left.
That's it. The last of the Mohicans.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it real quick.
That's hysterical.
But it made me laugh.
It's a compliment. I take that as a compliment. No way do I look at us as being
either
as great as what that was. But yeah, I mean, we have remnants of the spirit of what that kind of a radio show is.
Yeah.
And so I was listening to a segment this week, and
I don't know if you can read this or not, but there it is right there.
I'm sure by now you've heard about Kumia. You know that means until, you know what that means until he recovers. You guys are it. There's no one else really doing this other than Landau. No one worth a fuck doing it anyway. Certainly not Stern. Yeah.
So there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very good. So speaking of that, I even though I've heard these clips and these segments, over the years and stuff, I caught something the other morning, just made me laugh. And again, it was one of those off the cuff Kumia greats, one of those lines. They were goofing on that Sam Roberts about his background and whether he has a little black in him.
Yeah.
Due to his curly hair. And they were saying, are you sure your mother didn't sneak out one evening? And what is your background? What is your heritage? You're the whitest black man I've ever seen, and carrying on like that.
Right.
And Patrice O'Neill was in the studio and goes, "Oh no, he's got a little bit of that black in him, because you wouldn't have hair like that, and you get those razor bumps, because he goes, well, I do have to shop in the black shaving aisle to get the shaving cream and stuff,
right?
And those shave bumps." Anthony says, do you ever think maybe you should do like the Ancestry and Me or something like that, one of those DNA tests?
Sure.
And he goes, I just might do that just to prove you guys wrong. And Anthony says, well, if it comes to be true, are you going to be late to work every day?
Jeez. Wow.
That was just a funny off the cuff thing, man.
Right.
Just cracked me up. And so that's
I miss those days.
The Anthonyisms.
Yeah, I miss those days.
Yeah. So, well, anyway, that's all I got for the first segment.
Yeah, me too. I got stuff, but I don't want to get into stuff.
Yeah. This is the warm up the throat, get the audience into the show segment, and all that fun stuff. And I'm still thrilled about the guest we had last week with Charlie Kendall.
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it?
That was a lot of fun, and it was an honor to have the guy on the show with us. And
it launched earlier tonight.
Yeah,
which I hope people listened.
So I was very, very pleased with that, and I thought that was great. And he was so kind to cut us an ID.
Yes, that was great of him.
Which I will play here real quick.
All right.
Play the ID.
Hey, it's Charlie Kendall from Metal Shop, and you're rocking hard on the Classic Metal Show. Hail and kill.
Nice. Never would I have thought 30 years ago that, hey, someday this guy's going to do an ID for my show.
Yeah. Charlie Kendall doing hail and kill.
Yeah, nice.
I should have asked him for "fuck you, pal" and hand job too.
Yeah, well, that's like Chris Hansen saying "hail and kill."
That's the all timer. That's still my favorite bumper ever.
Oh no, people love that.
That was fucking funny.
Something suspicious there. Why don't you sit down and have a cookie and a drink?
Very suspicious, very predatorial.
Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen. So good.
That is so good. All right, I say we play a few tunes and get back and get into some stuff here. So as always, I'll let you pick a tune to get us rocking and rolling.
All right, I'm gonna make Jackal fucking jizz all over his screen.
Oh man, you better get the towel out.
Yeah, get it out. Get your purple rag ready. Deep Purple, Wicked Ways from Slaves and Masters.
Okay.
It popped on in my stream this week. I was like, that's not bad.
All right. So you actually had a little appreciation for the Purple Man.
That's because it wasn't with Ian Gillan.
Right, I got you.
With Jolyn Turner. That's why I liked it, because it wasn't with Ian.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Well, we're going to play a few tunes. If you want to get a request in, feel free to send your request to request@theclassicmetalshow.com, request@theclassicmetalshow.com. And if I have time and I can stick your request in there during the evening, I'll do that for you. So we're going to kick things off here with Deep Purple from the Slaves and Masters, released from their 1990 album, and this is called Wicked Ways, exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.